with having a lesson of convention, and we are going to have the grammar of using who and whom. Now, before we start, I want to give you this sentence, for example. Here, if I write, but please mute yourself so I can talk without any annoying. Okay, if I take this sentence, for example, and I said, Ahmed brought the book. We said in English that if I want, in order to make a sentence, then I have to put three things. And I have to think about it as a burger sandwich. So if I want to make a burger, for example, I need a bread, right? A bread bun right here. And then I will need what? A meat in the middle. And then I need another bread, right? Correct? But if I come here and say, for example, if I want to make a sentence also the same thing, I need to put a subject. So the subject, I will think about it as what? As the bread bun in the beginning. So this is the subject. Right. And if I want to make a sentence, I need also something very essential, which is what? The verb. So the verb, I will consider it as the meat, because obviously you can't make a sandwich of burger without a meat, right? So we will say that verb right here in the middle, I will consider it as the verb. And then to close the sandwich, can I make it only just the bread and meat? No, of course not. I need another.
You have another bread
in the end. So I need it right here to put another bun of a bread, and this one I will call it object. Or sometimes I call it any complementary of any sentence. Sometimes object, sometimes prepositional phrase. But here in this situation, I will take object. So three parts of making a sentence. We need a subject, we need a verb, and we need object to make it a full sentence. طيب, the subject is the most essential thing, because obviously you can't make any sentence without a person or something who cause the verb or who cause the action. And the verb, we can't make any sentence without having a verb, because the verb is the action in the sentence. Okay, somebody would say, طب miss, sometimes you don't have a verb. Sometimes we said, for example, Wateen is clever girl. Or we can say the students are here. Miss, there's no verb, somebody would say. No, since we don't have action in these sentences, then I will consider the verb here is and are. Why? Because these are some shapes of the verb be. So these also are verbs. Even though they don't have action in it, we will call it verb. And in this situation, we will call them linking verb. So there's no sentence in the English language without a verb whatsoever. There's always has to be a verb, whether it was a linking verb or an action verb. Here, when I say, Ahmed brought the book, so brought here is the verb and it is action verb. And what he brought, if I ask you, Ahmed brought what? Brought the book. So the book right here is the object, and Ahmed is the subject. This is how you make any sentence in English. You need subject, verb, and then to complete it with a complementary that is suitable. But if we go for our books right now and open the page 295 in the notebook, Reader's Writer's Notebook. Now we are going to learn about what? About something very important, which is using who and whom. These are two ways of making what? A question.
295 TY.
What?
295 word endings TY and
no,
IT.
294. Sorry. Thank you so much, Wateen. So it's 294. Who and whom are two words we use it in what? In making questions in English. So why should I understand it or learn it, Yamis? Because these two words, they confuse most of the people, and they don't know how to use it. So we are going to learn today how to use it, and what is the difference between them. And guess what? These two words right here, although we make questions out of them, but they are related to the subject and to the objects. That's why I started with reminding you about the subject and the object. It's very related to the subject and the object. And if we understand the subject and the object, then we can understand how to use who and when to use whom. Okay, let's go together to the page 294 to understand more and to dive in deep. Now, we have the pronoun who is used as a subject. So who right here, it will only used if I need a subject in the sentence. If I need the subject in the sentence or in the question, then I will use who. So who planted the garden? Now, if you ask yourself, how do I know that who is a subject? You will come to the rest of the sentence and you ask yourself, planted the garden. Read it without who. Consider that there's no who. And read it without the who. I will mute you, Watin, a little bit. You will read planted the garden. Planted the garden. Is it completed? If I say planted the garden, I have the verb planted and I have the object. But who did the action? Who did the action? So that's why I will use what? I will use who. So obviously here, who, it will tell you what? It will tell you who is the person who did planting and who did the verb. So who in this it means a subject. I will use it as a subject. So if I remove the word who, I will put the name of the person who planted the garden. Maybe Ahmed planted the garden. Maybe Ghalia planted the garden. Maybe Hanan planted the garden. Maybe Watin, maybe Leen, maybe Malak. So we don't know, but we know there's a person who planted the garden. So that's why I put who. Who to ask about the person who did the thing or the subject who did the thing inside the what? Inside the question. So who stand always for a subject. My sister is the only one who likes roses. طيب miss, does who only come at the beginning of the sentence? This is how I understand I have to put who? No, it's not necessarily. Sometimes come at the beginning, sometimes in the middle, sometimes even in the last or at the end of the sentence. طيب, how would I know it? You would know it by simply reading the sentence after it and try to figure out, is there a person, a name of person mentioned? If there's a name of person or subject mentioned, like Ahmed likes roses, Hanan likes roses, Watin planted the garden, Malak planted the garden. So if I have a name of a person, then I can't put who, خلاص, because I have a subject. But if he didn't mention a name of any person who likes the roses, then I have to put who as what? As the subject, because there is no subject and I need subject. So I will put who. So who, I use it always to ask about the subject of the question or the subject of the sentence. My sister is the only one who likes roses. Then I will come to the word likes roses. Who likes roses? He didn't mention, so I will put who to ask about it until he give me a name. So who here stands instead of the subject. Until I put a name of the subject, then who, it will take its place to make it what? To make it reserved until the subject come. Because remember, as I said, we never can make a sentence without having a subject. We never can do that. So if you have a sentence that likes roses, who likes roses, طيب? He didn't give me a name, then who will come? And she will say, don't worry, I will take your place until he give me a name. So I will ask about your name. Who likes roses? Who? Give me a name. Hanan likes roses. خلاص, I am the subject. Understood right now? Any questions?
Yes.
Do you have any questions, sweetie?
No. Miss.
Okay, let's go ahead now and understand, طيب, who is the other opponent of who, which is whom, that end with M. طيب, when to use whom right here? Is it the same, you miss? No, it's not the same. Remember, as I told you in the burger, we have subject, we have verb, and we have what at the end? We have object, right? So here, whom, it stands instead of the object. يعني who, it will take the place of the subject if the subject is not mentioned. And if the object in the sentence is not mentioned, then I will put whom to take its place. Because as I said before, we can't have a sentence without having object or without closing the sandwich. So sometimes somebody, he would give you a sentence without giving you what? Without giving you the object. Then the whom will come to take the place of the object until you give me a name of it. Right, let's take an example for whom. The pronoun whom can come as an object. Like for example, this is a man whom I admire. You will read the sentence after it. I admire. Now I have, where's the verb? Verb is admire. طيب who admire? I. يبقى I هنا is the subject. Okay, I have a subject and I have a verb. I admire. Admire whom? I don't know. I didn't mention his name. So whom here, it will be the object. So how would I know to put whom? You will always find a subject and a verb, but you don't know who is the person after it. I admire whom, I don't know. Then that's why you will put whom right here as an object. طيب, the object right here or whom comes in three shapes. Sometimes comes with the preposition, okay? It comes after the preposition, and this is very easy. يعني if you find a sentence that you have a preposition in it, like to or from, like to or from, or let's say also, what else? Any preposition that tells you that you are giving someone something, like to and from. If you find a preposition in a sentence, then if I put for you a dash after it, you will put immediately what? Whom in it. Because the object that comes after the preposition, always it will be whom. It will be an object. Object for a preposition. So the first situation for whom, it comes after a preposition. So if you have any sentence with a preposition, then immediately put whom. This is the first situation. The other situation we have it is what? A direct object. Direct object like what? Like you are having a sentence and you have a verb and a subject, but you don't know who is the object. Then I will put whom, and it will be considered as a direct object. This is a man whom I admire. Admire whom? So I will put what? Whom right here instead of the name of that person. Whom is the direct object of the verb admire in the clause whom I admire. طيب, if I ask a question, whom did you invite? You will come here to the sentence after whom. And you will try to figure out, where is the verb? The verb is invite. طيب, who is the subject? Who invite? You invite. So you here is a subject. Okay, good. I have a subject and a verb. So what is the missing? Who can tell me? I have subject and verb. What is missing in the sentence?
Object.
Object. So I need an object. Since I need object, then immediately I will put whom. So I will say, whom did you invite? And this is how you make the sentence. You can check if whom should be used as direct object. Change the word order so that the subject comes first. As I told you, when you have a sentence like this, you will always ask yourself, what is the verb? The verb is here. And is there a subject? Yes, there's a subject. So invite, who is inviting? You invite. Then I have subject and verb. Then I need only an object to complete the sentence. This is how you understand what to put, who or whom. طيب, let's go now to have a few questions to practice what we learned and to see if we can apply it together. Go ahead, Ghalia, and read for me the question and number 1.
These are the inventors you should acknowledge.
These are the inventors who or whom you should acknowledge. Now, choose for me who or whom. What did I say? I say I have to go for the sentence that after who or whom. Read this one.
You should acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge here is the verb. طيب, what is the subject? Is there a subject?
You.
You, excellent. This is the subject. So, you should acknowledge. So, you here is the subject, and we have a verb. So, what is the missing?
Object.
Object. And we said that the one that stand instead of the object is what? Who or whom?
Whom for the object and who?
The first or the second?
First.
The first, no. We said who, this is for the subject. I need
Second.
an object. So it would be whom, right? We said
Yes.
who for the object and who for the subject. Number 2, Wateen. Mr. Edison.
Mr. Edison, who or whom was a fond father, nicknamed his children Dot and Dash.
So, who was a fond father? Who or whom?
Mr.
Mr. Edison. But remember, here he put a comma. And then he put a clause right here, like completing for the sentence. And he didn't have a subject right here. The subject is mentioned in other clause. So what I need here, who was a fond father? Who or whom?
Who?
Who? Excellent. Because I need a subject for this sentence, which is who. Number 3, Yalin. Edison was... Lin, are you here? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
there is no. Yes, there is no.
Lin. Okay, Malak.
Okay. Edison was the inventor whom wealthy investor supported.
Whom, excellent, because we read the sentence, wealthy inventors supported. Okay, this is the verb, supported. Who supported wealthy inventors? This is the subject. طيب, where is the object? There's no object, then على طول I will choose whom. Okay, let's go for Ghalia. Ghalia? Let's try again. Number
The largest thing were the one who built Edison's prototype.
Okay, where's the verb? Built Edison's prototype. Verb is what? Built. Built what? Edison's prototype. This is what? Object or subject? This one.
Object.
Object. Very good. So we have a verb and we have an object. So what do we need to put who or whom? What should we ask for?
Whom.
Remember the sandwich. We have verb, we have object. What is the missing?
The subject.
The subject is missing. طيب, who stand instead of the subject? Who or whom? Who stand instead of the subject. So who built Edison's prototypes? Number 5, Wateen.
Edison worked with the assistants who or whom were best
Suited
for the proposition.
For the position. Okay, go for the sentence after the brackets right here. Where best suited for the proposition. So where's the verb?
Where?
Okay, where is the verb? Excellent. What is this? Object or subject?
Object.
Object. Are you sure? Where best suited for the proposition. I'm talking about people. They are what? Yes, excellent. They are object. Yes, correct. And then what is the missing?
The subject.
The
so
subject.
It's going to be who.
Who? Excellent job, my girl. Very good. So who were best suited for the proposition? I have verb and object, but what is the missing is what is the subject. So that's why I will use who. What about number 6, Ya Malak? He is one.
He is one of the people whom history honors as a brilliant inventor and scientist.
Scientist. So read the sentence after the brackets. History honors as a brilliant inventors
Yeah.
and scientists. Where is the verb?
Whom?
Verb. Where is
Oh,
the verb? Huh?
The verb is as. No.
Oh, honors. This is the verb.
Honors.
طيب. Honors as a brilliant inventor and scientist. So where is that? This is what? History honors. Who honors? History.
Who
So we
honors
have a subject.
history? Subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the missing? We have subject and verb. What is missing? Object.
Object. It will be whom.
Whom. Excellent job, my girl. Number 7, Ghalia.
Give the data to the woman. Calls for it.
Calls for it. Where is the verb?
Calls.
Calls is the verb. For it is what?
The subject.
Subject. Who calls?
The object.
The object, because there's no name of any person right here. I call for it. Okay, for it here, it would be what? It would be object. So what is the missing?
The subject.
The subject. So who or whom?
Who.
Who. Excellent. طيب, number 8 يا غالية. Again, let's do it again. People, read number 8.
People who or whom own CD players can thank Edison for his invitations.
Okay, where's the verb right here?
Invitations?
Invention? Invention is a verb?
No.
Nothing.
What is the verb? The action.
Thank.
Yes.
Yes, Watin?
Thank.
This is another verb but exists inside the object. No, I need the main verb. People own. So we have the verb own. On what? On CD players can thank Edison. All of this phrase is object. All of it is object. So what we miss, ya Ghalia? We have object and we have verb. So what is missing?
The subject.
The subject. So who or whom?
Who.
Who. Excellent. Let's go for next question. Write who or whom to complete each sentence correctly. Batchelor and Crusoe were 2 assistants to Edison entrusted his work. Now, who or whom? Think about it and tell me. Edison entrusted his work. So this is the verb. Yes?
Who?
Who Edison entrusted his work? Who entrusts? Edison. He's the one who entrusts. So this is the subject. صح? And we said always the subject comes before the verb. Somebody would ask me, Miss, how would I know this is a subject or object? It's very easy. Let me show you this. Because you still miss between them. We said that the main thing, if I want to know, is it an object or subject, is to read the sentence after the brackets or after the dash, okay? I will go to this sentence. Edison entrusted his work. The first thing to search for is the verb. Where is the verb? Entrusted, ya miss. طيب, I will search if there is a subject with it or there is an object. How would I know? It's very easy. Subject always comes before the verb. So if there's a word before the verb, then this is a subject. Since I have a subject, then على طول, what is the missing? Object. يبقى I will go and put whom. So Batchelor and Crusoe were 2 assistants to whom Edison entrusted to his work. Another thing to know that I should put whom is the preposition. We said if we have preposition, then immediately I will put whom. So 2 things to understand when to put whom. If I have a preposition, this is one thing. And if I don't have a preposition, I will search If there's a subject before the verb, then what I lack is the object. Then I have to put whom. Understood, my girls?
Yeah, Miss.
Okay, let's practice more. The more we practice, the more it's stuck in our mind. Number 10, Malak.
Yeah. Edison believed negative results were valuable to a scientist who wanted to learn.
Excellent job. Amazing, my girl. You give it to me even without stopping or thinking about it. Who? Excellent, because we need a subject. We have wanted is a verb, to learn is an object, so we need a subject. 11, Ghalia. Stole Edison's heart and married him. Ghalia, are you there?
Yes, who?
Who? Excellent, because we are asking about a person who stole Edison's heart. Number 12, Watin. And you would be
To
clever.
whom,
Huh?
to whom shall we award the patent
Amazing
for
job.
this?
Why did you put whom, not who? At the first
Because the object, we missed the object. We have subject.
and also we
And
have a preposition, right?
Yeah.
We said if we have prepositions, then immediately we have to put the object whom. Okay, my girls? Right. We have still like 5 minutes. Would you like to go and play quiz is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. 5 minutes only, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we have 10 questions. Go and put this
Tell me
link
the code.
in the chat part. Put this link, my girls. Join my quiz and then put this code.
Miss, it give me to Hawaii.
What?
The
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Joinmyquiz.com. Write in Google. Joinmyquiz.com. And then he will ask you for a code.
yeah, it come Hawaii. والله. Welcome to Hawaii 5 but it's written here in the tab for the quizzes. I will just try to quiz.
Okay. Put this code 067412. We have 5 minutes, my girls, so. Okay, I have Watin. I have Malak. Galia, did you enter? Galia, are you there?
Yes.
Galia, can you hear me, sweetie?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you enter with us?
Okay.
Hurry up, we have like less than 5 minutes. And it's only 10 questions. Because if I start the game, I can't stop it. And if you are not there, then we will start without you. So please, yalla, try.
Joining, miss.
Did you put the code?
Yeah, I'm putting it.
Okay, 067412.
06.
74 and then 12. Okay.
Okay. Miss?
Yes.
Yeah, miss. Look what it's come. Look at my. It's come all black and I can't touch anything. It come like this. I tried to.
Don't enter from your mobile, Malak, because you always,
I
when you
didn't.
enter the quiz, it's stuck with you. It's from your device, sweetie, or the internet connection.
No, miss. The internet is good.
Then it's the device. I don't know what's going on because the other girls never stop with them. This is maybe the third time with you. طيب, let's see the questions and the answers. No problem. So, do you like who or whom?
Do you like who?
Whom do you like? Because we have you is the subject and like is the verb. So we need an object. So, ordered the finishing poll.
Who?
Who is the subject? Because there's no a subject here. We need a subject. Will you contact at the newspaper? Who or whom?
Home.
Whom?
Whom. Excellent. Because here we have you as the subject. And then we have, will we ask for another glass of water? Whom. Excellent, because we need an object. Then we have, wants to go to the movie with me. Who. Excellent, because I don't have a subject. I need a subject. Wants is the verb and we said subject before it, so who. Can answer the question, this question. Who or whom? Who. Who can answer this question? I'm asking about a person. Brought you flowers. Who or whom? Whom. Who. Brought you. Here, you is what is an object. And then we have, did she invite the concert? Who or whom?
Whom did she invite to the concert?
Because she is the subject, invite is the verb. Can ride a unicycle.
Who can ride?
Who can ride a unicycle? Excellent. Did they see in the gym?
Whom?
Whom did they see in the gym? Excellent job, my girls. Now you master it. Excellent job. And the more we practice, inshallah, the more it will stuck in your heads and it will be a piece of cake, inshallah. Next time on Tuesday, we will take more exercises and we will use the grammar book. Ghali, did you bring the grammar book or not yet?
No, I'm gonna stay with my mom.
Okay, okay, sweetie. I will see you inshallah in the other class. Stay safe and have a nice break. Bye bye.